Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. My name is Angela and welcome to A Little Life of Books. So today you may notice that we're in a bit of a different location, and that is because I'm doing a slightly different video today. This is not a sit down video, this is in fact a reading vlog where I'm going to attempt to read this book, The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, within 24 hours. Now, last year I read The Fellowship of the Ring, and then a couple of months ago I read The Two Towers, and so I'm really excited to get into the final book of the series, final part of the one book, however you would like to say it, but either way, Return of the King, books 5 and 6 from The Lord of the Rings. Now, it is, I think my copy is about 375 pages. It's actually only this part because all of this is appendices. So I'll not be reading that part, it's only this part, so it isn't actually as much as first thought. However, the writing is pretty small, so not sure about that. I think I should manage it. I mean, I've got 24 hours, so we will see how it goes. I'm going to be starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. It is currently about 9:15, so I have 15 minutes to get myself a drink, get myself ready, mentally prepare myself and get started. So fingers crossed that we manage. Wish me luck. Before we start the reading, I just wanted to say something really quickly, in that this will be a vlog full of spoilers. I think that this is such a popular series. There's the books which a lot of people have read, and there were the films that were out, and so I feel like I'm quite safe to do spoilers. However, this is your warning. If you do not want to see any spoilers for this book, stop watching now. If you're happy to have spoilers, feel free to keep watching. Remember to like this video down below and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this one. First page done! Only 374 to go. Back to it. So, an update. I've just finished the first chapter, and so I'm on about page 34 or something. What time is it? It's just after 10 o'clock, so I've been reading for about an hour. So I'm reading really quite slowly. I think I need to read about a page a minute if I want to get it finished in time. Okay, so I'm reading pretty slowly, so I'm going to need to read a lot quicker. However, I do now have myself set and comfortable. I need to stay here. I'm in the living room now. I need to stay in the living room because I have a package getting delivered today. It's actually earrings. My mum's going to pierce my ears today. I don't have them pierced just now. I used to have them pierced. I've had them pierced quite a few times, but I haven't had them done for years, and so my mum is going to do it now. Well, today when she comes home from work. I need to wait for the earrings to arrive though. Oh my goodness. Glare there from the sun of somebody's windscreen. So I need to pick up the reading, so I'm going to get back to it now. Okay, so it's a little before 11 o'clock and I thought I'd update you again. I am now at the end of chapter 2 and I'm at the part where currently Gandalf and Pippin are in Gondor. Pippin has just sort of pledged his allegiance to Gondor, and that was in the first chapter, and the rest of the company, save obviously Sam and Frodo, they were with Theoden. However, they have now just taken is it called the Path of the Dead? Hold on. What is it called? Yeah, so they've just taken the Path of the Dead, where Aragorn, as descendant of Isildur, has called forth the dead to aid them in their time of need. So that's where we've gotten up to. So as I said, it's just before 11 o'clock. So I'm 2 chapters in and just under 2 hours in. So if I keep going at that rate, there are 19 chapters and it'll take me 19 hours to read this. Now, the first chapter was quite long. It seems to be longer than the majority of them. So I think I'm going to knock an hour off. I think it's going to take me 18 hours, in which case I should get finished at 3 in the morning. Assuming I don't take any breaks. So I reckon I will take breaks. So I'm not sure. I probably will need to sleep at some point tonight and then wake up perhaps early tomorrow morning, try and get it finished before 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. We will just need to see. But as of right now, I've finished the first 2 chapters. That's, what page am I on? I am on page 1035. So that's 35, add 22. I'm on page 57. We'll see how I keep going. So like about 325 to go. Oh, that sounds quite a lot when you say it like that. Maybe I won't say it like that. Anyways, wish me luck. Right, I'm here with another update. I am now... Where am I? I am now about to start chapter 6. What's it called? The Battle of the Pelennor Fields. So I'm on page 121. It is just after 12:30. So I've been reading for about 3.5 hours now and I'm at page 121. I mean, not great. It's taken me longer than I initially expected, but as I said earlier, the words are really small. So we will see. I still have faith that I can get it done. Just as I said in a previous clip, I may need to stay up later in the night than I initially thought I would need to. Or maybe have a nap and then come back to sleep. Sorry, my other cat has just decided to join. This is him. Cecil, say hello. He's not interested in saying hello. He's a little bit miserable. Anyways, so yeah, I'm now there. So what's happening just now is we have seen Gondor have the start of their battle, and we have seen Rohan arriving, and now what's about to happen is that Rohan are going to come and fully join in. So it'll be really interesting to see how the proper battle compares to the film. So far I'm really enjoying it. Although I am reading it slower than I thought, it doesn't feel like it's taking me long. I don't feel like I'm getting bored with it. There are definitely bits that are different from the film. The film seems to have missed out quite a lot, but that's to be expected. It was the same thing in The Fellowship of the Ring and The Two Towers, so not exactly a shock. So yeah, I'm going to keep reading and we'll keep you updated as to how I'm getting on. Not quite going to have a lunch break yet. I'm going to read another chapter or 2 and then I'm going to have a lunch break, so may update you then. I wanted to give a quick update. I have now finished book 5, and so I'm on page 196, I think it is. I'm up to out of about 375. So I'm now just over halfway. So this one, book 5, if you don't know, Lord of the Rings as a whole is split into 6 books. The Fellowship of the Ring is books 1 and 2, The Two Towers are books 3 and 4, and then The Return of the King are books 5 and 6. So I've now finished book 5 and I'm on to book 6. I'm not sure that book 6 will read as quickly as book 5 did, because I prefer the story, I prefer the characters that are in book 5, which is sort of the main company. compared to book 6, which I'm assuming will be all about Sam and Frodo. I was a little bit surprised about book 5 in that Gimli and Legolas aren't in it all that much. They seem to always kind of be there, but they're not really mentioned, such as in the battle at Gondor. I'm not sure they were mentioned at all during that whole battle, but they were there the whole time. Well, they were with Aragorn the whole time. They arrived obviously a little bit late with the army of the dead, so they were there taking place in the battles on the ships and things. And there was a lot of talk of Aragorn, but not really anything of Gimli and Legolas. However, then in the next chapter, we heard them telling the story of what had happened when they'd gone through the paths of the dead. Really, I think I would like to see more from them. Obviously, I don't really think we're going to get to see very more of them in the 6th part of this. But I do think they definitely play a bigger role in the films. Just a little observation. Obviously, it doesn't really affect the story all that much because it's things that have been added in to the film. But yes, it is now, so it's just after 2:30, so I've now been at this for 5.5 hours, just over halfway, about to start the final book, which goes back to chapter 1. So now that I'm on chapter 1, what is it called? The Tower of Cirith Ungol. So I mean, we'll see how it goes, but I'm very confident now that I'm going to get it finished. I'm actually pretty confident that I'm going to get it finished by 9 o'clock tonight, in which case this will actually be a 12-hour reading vlog as opposed to the 24-hour reading vlog, which I was planning on it being. 12 hours would be great because then it would just mean I wouldn't need to stay up late, purely selfishly. But yes, I'm going to get something to eat and then I'm going to get started on the final part. Let's get to it. Right, I have another update. I am currently on page 276, I think. I want to chapter 4 of book 6 anyway, and we have just gotten to the part where the ring has been destroyed. There's been the sort of last minute fight with Frodo and Gollum, and the ring has been destroyed. I think in this last chapter, the last few chapters, actually this part of the book, Sam has come across really well. Now, not everybody, a lot of people, particularly Books with Emily Fox, says that she loves Sam and the Sam and Frodo friendship. And I, to be honest, from the films, just never really got it. And I think in the second book, The Two Towers, I don't think Sam came across very well in his treatment of Gollum. I felt like he was always mean to him, even when he didn't necessarily deserve it. However, in this book, he's come across so much better. So I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen next. I mean, I still have 120 pages or something left, so I don't really know. I mean, Aragorn, I guess, still has to be crowned king of Gondor, but we'll just need to wait and see. But anyways, I am, as I say, 120 pages left. The ring is destroyed. We'll see what happens for the last bit. And that's us at about 4:15. So it's time for my final update. I have finally finished Return of the King. It is just before 8:30, so I started reading at about 9 o'clock this morning. I took an hour and a half's break this evening to have my tea and also pierce my ears. So now I've pierced ears, if you notice that they're looking a little bit different. But yeah, so I've finished it. So my final thoughts, I would have loved to see some more of Arwen throughout the series. I felt like she wasn't in it particularly much, definitely not in it as much as she is in the films. And I feel like she just kind of turned up at the end and married Aragorn. She just appeared out of nowhere and then they got married and lived happily ever after, or whatever happens, you don't really hear much from them after that. So I did think that was a bit bizarre. Also, what is with the films cutting massive bits out? There was that whole bit at the end with the Shire. They got back to the Shire. Saruman was there. And Wormtongue. So I just, was not expecting that at all. I did wonder, like, what on earth is going to happen? I've got so many pages left and there's nothing else to happen. But yeah, that'll be why. So overall, I did like it. I think that my favourite one in this series is still The Two Towers, because I felt like this took an awful long time to wrap up. I mean, there were over 100 pages left after the ring had been destroyed and everything. So I did feel that was quite a long time to have left. Also, I am still wearing a top. I just realised that it looks like I'm not wearing anything. I definitely am. Definitely am. So yeah, my favourite one definitely was The Two Towers, because I felt like that was sort of consistent in its action throughout. Whereas I felt The Fellowship of the Ring took a little bit long to get started, and that chapter about Tom Bombadil, oh my goodness. I just thought it was so boring. I think if I read it again, I might possibly skip that chapter. And then this last bit, I just was not really expecting. But yeah, I've had a really good time. This was one of the books that I really wanted to read by the end of the year. And so I thought just knock it out in one day whilst I've got the time. I mean, I'm on holiday from work just now, so I have the time, so may as well do it. But yeah, that was my experience in reading The Return of the King, the final book, final two books, final parts of The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to see more content. This is my first reading vlog, and I couldn't really do very much because I'm stuck inside, obviously. But if you have any tips or whatever, feel free to leave them below. Bye!